Namaste, welcome everyone. Find a seat that is comfortable for you and let your palms rest on your lap. Find a tall, elegant seat and try to invite softness in your body as you arrive and settle, starting to bring the attention inward. We invite the eye gaze to move down towards the lungs and the opportunity to start bringing the attention to your own breath. Notice the brushing sensation of your breath in your body. Today, as we enter the practice, I want to read a piece of a note from a colleague that I received and I find very useful today to share. So it says, in one of the first yoga classes I ever took in the late 80s, my teacher stated that yoga was a form of habit replacement. Look at a given dysfunctional pattern, really look at it, work to understand its root, weed it out by being willing to look and willing to change. Then envision a new habit and practice it again and again and again. Keep showing up, stick to it. To break a deeply ingrained pattern and institute a healthier one requires consistent attention and action. This practice was laid out in the early yoga texts over 2,000 years ago. I don't need to tell you that this country and our world have some deeply ingrained habits that in a heart-wrenching way are begging for our consistent thought, speech, and action to fundamentally change. Self-inquiry is a fundamental element in the yoga practice. In fact, it is so essential that it is listed in importance before the asana or physical practice. As the helicopters fly over my house in downtown San Jose, in response to protests, I have been asking myself questions that may be familiar to you as well. How do my thoughts, speech, and/or actions perpetuate conditions in our town, in our country, and in our world that I wish were different? Can I meet that which is difficult in myself to face? Can I meet other people who have entirely different life experiences? Can I listen? How can I use my internal resources, my talents, time, energy, money, my voice, and ability to care to effectively contribute to creating a healthier world? During these last weeks, I have never been more convinced of the essential nature of the yoga practice in everyone's lives when the tools are fully utilized, imagining what it is like to walk in someone else's shoes, practicing nonviolence, searching out the truth, giving when wanting to take, using our energy wisely, letting go of our own agenda often, being able to openly meet the moment, practicing regularly and with enthusiasm those habits that we want to instill in ourselves, constant self-inquiry and trusting in life with capital L. These principles are built into the first two limbs of the 8 limbs of yoga, while moving and breathing on the mat are the limbs 3 and 4. The beauty of the first two limbs is that they are meant to be practiced everywhere, in our homes, on the computer, at the grocery store, and in all of our interactions with all of our relations. Our lives are our practice. Our practice is a refuge, as is the present moment. Let's invite our palms to come together and rest in front of the heart center. And as we sit and envision our intention for the practice, an opportunity to use our bodies as the vessel for self-inquiry, as an opportunity to listen, to practice compassion, to practice truth, and in the silence of listening, the opportunity to create new habits, the opportunity to release what's not needed or not beneficial in our bodies, in our lives, and perhaps in our world's lives. Let's open with the Om sound, inhaling deeply through the nose first. Big exhale, then breathing in again. Then we connect the head, the hands, and the heart, the three together at the center. Releasing the palms back down to the lap, lifting the head, opening the eyes. Welcome everyone, and thank you again for being here. We are moving on to our mats to start the practice, the physical practice. And today, if you just join, I'm going to try and use one of these, like a stretchy band, but if not a regular belt, we'll possibly do. And then we're going to start with a tennis ball, like I'm doing this week. So with my ball, I'm going to start just by putting it on my mat. And with my right foot, I'm mirroring you guys. I'm going to just put that ball right at the center of my foot in the arch. And I'm going to gently press. And I'm going to do a few pumps there. With my foot. So I'm pressing a little bit and then releasing. Pressing a little and then releasing. And notice sensations there. Don't go extremely strong, so it's not something that should hurt. But yes, you're going to feel the sensations. We are starting to activate our lymphatic system. So we are going to just press and then release. And press and release. Just a few times with that right foot. And then after a few of those, we are going to move that ball all the way to the top of your foot, so right under your toes, and feel the sensation there right at the base of your toes. And then as you press, gently move that ball all the way to your heel. And then we take the foot out and we start the same thing. I go back to the beginning of the foot where the base of the toes are, and then I'm going to press all the way down to my heel again. I may need to move like I'm doing. And then again, from the top all the way to the heel. So I'm not coming back, right? I'm lifting the foot, putting it back down onto the base of the toes and starting back again. And then again, pressing, and all the way to the heel. One more, pressing and all the way down to the heel. Good, and then start creating a few circular motions all around the base of your foot. You can always use a wall if you need for support, if you feel like you're losing balance. So go a few times all around the sole of your foot like I'm doing, and noticing a little bit of the activation there. The idea is to activate the layer that it's behind the skin, in between the skin and the muscle. Good. And after a few of those, we release that. And as we stand, you have a moment to notice any difference or sensations on the right side compared to the left. Maybe nothing, maybe there is an opportunity to notice some tingling, some throbbing, or just the sensation of some difference in the way that you're standing on that foot compared to the other. Good, and then we'll switch sides, bringing the ball to the left foot for you guys. And I'm going to start at the center, just creating those pumps again. So right at the arch, I'm pressing into the ball. It's not super strong, like I said before, and then I release. I'm pressing and then releasing. Pressing, just a few times, just mainly applying with gravity, force there. And you may feel a little more intense, the sensation there, perhaps not. Good, 2 more, the same idea. Good, and then I'm going to move towards the top of the foot, like you can see, the base of my toes. And from there, I'm going to gently press all the way down to the heel. Then I'm lifting my foot, and I'm starting again from the top, all the way to the end. Do 5 more or less, or 6 of those, okay? From top to end. I'm adding 2 more for me. Good, and then we do all that circling motion that we did on the other side. And I'm trying to go a little bit all over the sole of my foot, just a few times, and you can reverse the way you go. Good. And then slowly release it. You can move your ball to the side and then again stand and notice one side and the other. Maybe now more of the sensations in that second side, the way you're standing. Perhaps more sensation of more opening in the sole of the foot, or the way you feel your standing posture, perhaps a little different or more activated than before. Okay, good. Let's stay here in this Tadasana shape. Check that your feet are parallel to each other, hip distance apart, and see if you can lift your toes, spread them. It might be a little easier because of the work that we just did, and then release the toes again, but don't lose the base of your toes. So you want the base of the big toes or the mounts of the big toes to press down, the pinky toe mounts also pushing into your mat, and see if you can lift the inner arches, like if you had that therapy ball or that tennis ball right in between your arches, right inside your arches. So try to lift from there, activate your glutes, and also tone your thighs. Let's inhale, send the arms up overhead. And then with the exhale, just release the arms down. We are just combining breath and movement. Inhaling, arms up, let them come all the way up and touch. And then exhale and release. Good, 1 more. Inhaling, arms up, opening the chest. Exhaling, we release. Good, and now I'm going to send the arms in front, lacing the fingers, pressing the palms towards the camera or away from you. Stretch the arms, make your elbows straight. And then in the next inhalation, send the arms up overhead. Try to bring the arms a little bit behind your ears. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Draw the belly button up towards your sternum. And keep pushing through your index fingers and the base of your palms to open up those wrists. 1 more breath. And then exhale, release. Beautiful. Now we are going to go again with arms in front. And again, you're going to interlock your fingers, but this time you're going to put the opposite thumb on top. It's going to feel funny or weird or not usual. And then again, you're going to press your palms away from you. And again, we're going to send the arms up 1 more time, pushing through the knuckles of your 4 fingers, the base of your palms. Draw the abdomen up and see if you can send your ribs in and down a little. Keep pushing through the base of your feet and through the base of the toes and the center of your heels. lifting the inner arches to activate the legs. Good, and then exhale and release again. Beautiful. From here, shake a little. And if you have something that resembles a stretchy band, take it with you. If not, it can be a regular belt, and we can see if that works, okay? So I'm going to come first onto my back. Keep your band with you. And from here, we are going to lace the fingers first. Bring the hands behind the skull. My elbows are opened up to the sides. My feet are down on my mat. I'm going to take a few cat-cows first. Inhaling. Arching the back, letting the chin go up, pressing the elbows down. And then with the exhale, I'm going to send the navel in, elbows into one another, and lifting the upper back a little. And then again, inhaling, feel that opening in the back plane, lift the chin a little, exhale, bring it in. 3 more, inhaling, we open up. Exhale, inhaling, feel the opening in the chest, lifting the sternum, exhale, navel in, elbows up. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Good, then we slowly go back, inhaling, we arch. I'm going to add a little more. With the exhale, I'm going to bring the knees and the elbows towards one another. And then again, inhale. Exhale, press the abdomen down, lifting up. One more, inhaling. Exhale. Good, let's add a little bit of twisting. Inhaling, we open up. Exhale, bring elbows and knees towards one another, then elbows to the right, knees to the left, back to center. Inhale, open up, arch. Exhale, lifting, switching sides for the twist, back to center. Inhale, exhale, switching sides, elbows, knees towards opposite sides, back to center. Last one. Knees, elbows away from each other, back to center, and release. Good, from here we are going to release the arms and release the legs for a moment. Take your stretchy band, and I'm going to show you the next one. So now what I'm going to do, if you have something like this or a belt, you're going to put it right where your heels are, and I'm going to be able to stretch right that band with me. So what I'm going to do here is to place my elbows down, and I'm going to use that to lift the upper back just a little and the neck just a little, okay? So that will force me to use my core a little more. I'm going to activate the core by firming my hips into one another, sending the navel down towards the spine. I'm going to start pushing my stretchy band. My feet are together. Actually, you can put them a little bit apart if you need, hip distance apart. And I'm pressing, like I said, my abdomen down, firming the hips in. My ribs are moving down towards my pelvis. And what I'm going to do is to slowly start sending my legs down towards the floor. Good. Try not to lift your ribs and then bring the legs back up. Good. And again, extend through the legs. Ribs down, navel lifting up, and then back up. 2 more. Hug those hips in, keep the abdomen down, and then slowly come up. If the neck becomes tired of, or if it gives you pain, you can bring the head down. And 1 more. Good, and then slowly back up. And release, bend the knees, take a moment to breathe, put the feet down. Good, one more. Good, now what I'm going to do is to put again that stretchy band on my feet, and this time I'm going to lift up into a seat, and I'm going to bend the knees and keep my shins parallel to the floor, and I'm pushing into the belt. So you can take a regular belt and just put it there on your feet and pull from the belt, okay? So if you have the stretchy band like me, what we're going to try and do is to keep lifting into the lower back, draw the abdomen up towards the chest, and you're going to try and push the band and then rebend the knees. Keeping the spine tall. Again, push the band and then bring it in. 3 more. Push, bring it in. Try to not dump into your lower back. Last one. Good, and then release. Take that band out to the side. We may use it again later. And come onto your back. Hug the knees in. Rock from side to side. Good, then put both your feet on your mat wide, so they are at the edges of your mat. Open the arms to the sides. Send both knees to the right. Extend your left arm overhead, so you can stretch that side a little more. Take a deep inhalation here. And exhale. Then we come back to center. We'll switch sides. Wide feet, both knees go to the left. Right arm goes up overhead. Stretch that right side. Deep breath in. Exhale. Feel that side opening up. We come back to center. Bring your feet a little closer to one another. Roll over to the side and push up to a seat. Beautiful. Okay, so yesterday we started doing some exercises to activate our lymphatic system. So I'm going to be adding more onto the stuff that we started working on. I'm going to sit on, I'm sitting on my sitting bones, and I have the left leg for you guys, it's in front. The right one is behind, so it looks a little bit like an S shape. And we are going to interlock our fingers and keep the hands in front. It's almost like the prayer position, but I'm locking my fingers in front of the chest, okay? So from here, slowly, I'm going to start lifting both my knees and switching my seat to the other side. So I'm taking both knees over, and then I'm re-lifting and coming back. Good, try to keep the spine tall, and we are firming again that core, okay? Inhale, bringing the knees up, and we go over to the other side. Again, up and over. Again, up and down. And up and down. 2 more. Up, down, up, down. Good. And then I'm going to add the other one that it's a little bit more advanced in the sense that we're going a little deeper that we did also. So in this one, I'm going to start facing the right side of my mat. My right leg is in front, the left one is behind. So we are all going together. Again, I'm going to put the hands in front. And in this one, a little bit more isolated movement. I'm going to try and keep my right knee pressing down onto my mat without lifting it. I'm going to start lifting the left leg. And it may not go too far, like you can see with me, right? So I'm trying to send it up as much as I can. When I cannot go any further, I'm using my core, my spine tall. Then I'm going to bring that other leg up. And then I'm going to slowly take the left knee down. Once I get the left knee down, I'm going to let that right knee come down. Once I'm there, I'm lifting again through the spine. I'm going to drill my left knee down onto the floor without letting lift. And then I'm going only with my right knee as far as I can go. A good opportunity to notice which one goes further or it's easier, okay? When I cannot go any further, then I'm going to lift through the left and bring the right knee down. And then from there, lift the spine, bring the left knee back down again. We start again, right knee stays down without moving. I'm just lifting through the left, going as far as I can. When I cannot go any further, then I keep bringing the right side, keep lifting through the spine. Keep the right knee up, send the left knee down, and then we bring the other one over. It's hard work. Good, now I'm keeping the left knee down. Press it onto the floor. Bring the right knee up. When you cannot go any further, keep going with the left. Then you bring the right knee down. Good, and then slowly left knee joins. Last time, both ways. Right knee pressing down, lift through the left. Go as far as you can. Don't lift your right knee. Push it, push it, push it down. Then we come up to the center. Left knee down. And then we bring the right one. Take a deep inhalation. Last side, press the left knee down. Lift your right knee. Go as far as you can with that leg. Keep the spine tall. Then we come up with the left. Then we send the right knee down. Lift, lift, lift through the spine. Send the left knee to join. Release the arms. Beautiful. Stay here in this same shape. Lift through the spine. Walk the left arm all the way to the right. And walk yourself into a twist and then drop the torso there. One full inhalation. Full exhale. If you want, you can extend the left arm out so you feel also the stretch there on the left side. And then we slowly return to center and we come up. I'm going to switch last side. So now I'm turning. I'm bringing my left leg in front. It looks like the pigeon pose. And from here, I'm going to go over that left side with my right arm. You go as far as you can go. Lengthen the spine and drop the torso. If you have the space, you can extend the right arm a little bit more over the head. Then we walk back towards the center and we sit up. Beautiful. Okay, let's come onto our mats from here. Put your hands right under your shoulders. Hips and pelvis are right over your knees. And we are going to just do a few circles with the pelvis, moving to the sides and back. And then towards the front of your mat, you can add a little bit of zigzagging here. And then reverse a couple of times. Good. Super. Then from here, we come back towards the tabletop. Check the position of your hands. Open your fingertips towards the sides of your mat, just a millimeter to create more opening in the upper arm bones. Move the knees a few inches behind your hips. Tuck your toes, make your feet wide. Push the mat away and lift up into our first downward facing dog. As you push the mat away, invite the sacrum to move up to the ceiling. Tone the arms. Keep that external rotation in the upper arm bones. Relax the neck and the head. Draw the navel up, the ribs down. And feel gravity letting the head move down as you fight that gravity by pushing through the hands and sending the sitting bones up. Good. Once you have that, you see that my knees are still bent. So I usually start with my knees bent to give some time to my hamstrings and quads to warm up. And then slowly I start either pedaling one foot at a time, or if you feel ready to go with both, you can extend both center of your heels down towards the earth. Keep lifting the inner arches as if you had those therapy balls underneath. Keep pressing the mat away, firming the shoulder blades behind your chest. Good, and then we're going to bring the feet closer to one another until they are in the hip distance apart. And from there, we'll move into plank pose. And then back to downward facing dog. And again, inhaling to plank. Exhaling to downward facing dog. One more time. And downward facing dog. Good. Reset the feet there, look at your hands and see if you can, with a lot of power, bring both elbows down to your mat. If you cannot go at the same time, you bring one and then the other, and then you're going to bring your elbows a little closer to one another so they are a little bit narrower than your shoulders. Then lace your fingers or put your palms together, push the mat away with the inner elbows and the inner forearms, draw the belly up and see if you can walk your feet a little closer, release the head. Push the mat away, send the chest towards your thighs, make your sitting bones tall, relax the head. Good, extra challenge, lift your right leg up, firm the hips, push through the right heel, bring the right leg down, second side, left leg up, firm the hips in, draw the belly in, then release the left leg, bring the knees down, widen the knees and tuck the toes, and extend through the arms, release the forehead, child's pose. Take a moment here to reset the breath, to return. Good, notice. Try to make your breath fluid again. Two more breaths. Good. And then slowly start sitting up towards your heels and grab a blanket, any blanket that you have from your props. We're going to use it. So I just have a regular yoga blanket folded, okay? And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start by coming onto my knees. If you need padding for your knees, then you will need a second blanket or something to put there. And I'm going to bring my right foot in front and I'm in the low lunge position, okay? My blankie, I'm going to put it right on top of my right thigh and I'm going to do just one maybe roll there, maybe 1.5 or 2, just a little bit so I can press my groin into the thigh, okay? So I'm like trying to hook that little roll there into the leg and the pelvis, okay? Once I have these, I'm going to just come into the hands touching down. If you need the blocks, then you put the blocks under the fingertips, okay? You can tuck your back toes or keep them untucked, that doesn't matter. Just press there and feel the sensation of the top of your pelvis or maybe the hip bone touching into that little roll that you have, right? So notice the sensation there. Good. And then keeping that, we are going to slowly start walking towards the right side so I can bring that left arm and I'm going to cross it for the twist. So we have a twist that is a little bit propped up, okay? So I'm going to lift the belly and bring the chest up as I push my palms into one another. And I want you to feel that propping between your belly and the thigh, okay? See if you can tuck your back toes. Keep that blanket where it is. Lift the left knee off the mat, okay? Firm the right hip towards the back of your mat. Keep pressing into the right heel and right big toe. And see if you can keep sending the chest up towards the ceiling. I'm going to do a little trick from here, okay? So we are going to use a little bit of balancing. From here, I'm going to go with my hands and grab my blanket. Slowly, I'm going to lift up and I'm going to turn my back heel in and down so I can lift and stretch my front leg. So it looks like a little bit like if I want to do a triangle pose, okay? I'm holding my blanket, sorry. And then again, I'm going to re-bend the knee, lift the back heel, and come towards the twist. So that's the little game that we are doing, okay? So we are working on to the lymphatic system and the lymph nodes. So I'm lifting up again through the chest. Then I'm gonna go again, grab my blankie, turn my back heel, extend and lift. I'm coming to both legs straight, okay? Again, bend, lift the back heel, twist towards your right, send the right hip back. Good, go grab your blanket, reset the back heel, lift up. Last one, bending, lifting through the back heel, twisting to the right, and then slowly release the hands down, bring the left knee down, take that blanket out to the side, we go back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, come down, cobra. We come down towards the cobra. Take the fingertips out, roll the shoulders, lift up. Good, send the sacrum down, roll the shoulders back, lift the sternum. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Exhale. We go back up, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, left leg goes up and back. Left foot comes forward, right knee comes down. And I'm going to take again my blanket. This time I'm going into my left side. I'm going to put it on top of my left thigh. I'm going to roll a little bit that blanket. And then from there, I'm pressing with the front of my pelvis into the thigh, hands down. Good, stay here for 2 breaths. Notice the sensation of that side pressing into your prop. Good, and then slowly I'm going to start walking the right side towards the left, and I'm going to hook right elbow outside my left leg, hands together, pushing the palms into one another, and trying to lift the belly and the chest towards the left. Good, we stay here, roll the shoulders back, tuck your back toes, lift the back leg, try to firm the hips and the left hip back. Good, then from there I'm going to change, back heel turns, and I'm going to lift up. Nice, let's go back, return, lift the back heel, lunging, twist. Belly up, chest up, left hip back. And again, turn, send the back heel down, lift. Beautiful, back to the lunge, lift the back heel, twisting to the left. Press into the left big toe, press into the left heel, lift the belly, the chest. We go back, turn the back heel, lift up. Last one, press into that blankie, lift the back heel, twist towards your left. Tone that back leg. Then we come back. Good, bring the right knee down, take the blankie out. Back up we go, downward facing dog. Inhaling plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra or a little further, up dog to downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Good, then gaze forward, bend the knees, take a big step or jump or hop to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips, lengthen the spine, press through the feet, we come up. Tadasana, we are standing. Good. Okay, one more sequence we are going to do here. If you want to have a block or two at the top of your mat for support, then put them there, okay? I'm going to start with the right side, going towards the right first. And like I said, maybe you want to have the blocks in front. The first shape that I'm going to do, it's another sequence that I'm going to put together, is what we call sometimes the goddess pose, but we're going to put the feet out so the toes are pointing out and we're going to bend the knees. Try to keep the hips low, lift through the spine, take a couple of breaths. Okay, I want to show you this sequence one time, okay? So you can see it first and then we'll go together a few times and then we'll switch sides. So I'm going to move from this shape into a lunge posture. I'm going to touch down. Then I'm going to come back up. Then from there, I'm going to shift to lift my left knee. Then we'll take it into the warrior 3. Then I'm going to come back and return. Okay, don't panic. It's all for fun and it helps with all that mobility that I want to bring into the lymphatic system. So we go here from this squat-like shape. Okay, let's go from here. We're going to the right side first. So from there, I'm going to lift the back heel into the lunging posture. Tone the hips. Bend the left knee, bring it down to touch. Relift. Good. From here, slowly bring the left knee up towards the chest. Then from there, we go to warrior 3. Then we slowly come back down and we reset. Nice. Deep breath in and exhale. We go the same way, same side, okay? Let's go to the right, to the lunge. Then bring the knee down. Then we come back up. Slowly shift forward, knee up. Warrior 3. Then we slowly return and back. It gets better and it gets easier the more we practice. We bring a new habit. One more time, same side. We turn, lift that back heel, lunging posture, knee down. We come back up. Slowly bring that left knee up to the chest. Warrior 3. Then slowly return and we come back. Good. Extend the legs. Take a deep breath. Shake it a little. We go 3 times to the other side. Same idea, just switching sides, okay? So we are going to bend the knees. Tall spine, hands in front of the heart. You can keep the hands on your hips also. And from here, slowly, I'm going the other way. Switching by lifting the back heel into the lunge pose. Bend the knee. Come back up. Good, here we go. Bring that right knee up. Warrior 3. Slowly put the toes down. And we come back to that big wide stand. Let's go again. Switching towards the high lunge. Then we come down. Slowly back up. Bring the right knee to the chest. Slowly we go into the warrior 3. Slowly touch down. Come back. Yay, I can see you. One more, let's go. Take a deep breath. Good, let's go. Into the lunge. It's okay if it's wobbly. Then we bring the knee down. Reset. Bring the knee up. Return to the warrior 3. Slowly back. Back to the squat. You made it. Put the hands on your thighs and rest the hips lower a little. Good. Let's start with your right side, guys. Inhale. Send your right shoulder to the left knee. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Put your hands down. Turn the feet until they are parallel to each other. Draw the lower belly up. Release the trunk and fold over the legs. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Press through the center of your heels. Lift the inner arches like if you have those therapy balls. And drop the trunk over towards the floor. Good. Then slowly heel toe your feet until they are closer. Bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen through the spine and we come up. Nice. Okay, we are going to attempt a nice opener for the whole body after all of this work. We are going to come down onto our mats. If you need to pad your knees, do that. And I'm going to start by keeping my right knee on the mat and my right hip is going to be right in front on top. And I'm going to put my left foot forward, okay? So like I said, if you need the padding, you put the padding there. Beautiful. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and I want you to watch for a second. So what I'm going to do first is that I'm going to bring my whole body a little bit rounded towards the left side. So I'm going a little bit over to the left so I can come with my torso over the left leg, okay? So I'm going all the way there. Then with my left hand, I'm going to tuck my toes in the right foot and see if I can go and catch the heel. If you cannot catch the heel, you're gonna go to the shin or maybe the thigh. Okay, so I'm gonna go as far as I can go, and then from there I'm going to lift the right arm and go up and back. Okay, we're going to attempt that. But we need to do that rounding first so we can get all the way to that back heel that we want, okay? And you can even bring that knee a little closer if you want, and the foot a little closer, it will make it a little easier. Let's try it. So I have that right knee a little further forward than my usual, so you can see it's a short lunge. And then with my right side, I'm going to round, belly in, come all the way to the left. Then with my left hand, I'm going to go and try and catch my right heel or shin somewhere. And then from there, I'm going to unravel my body, opening the chest, lifting up and back. Firm the hips in, lift through the center of the chest. One more breath. Then slowly return the way you came in, back to center. Take the left knee down and sit back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. Let's do the last side and then we come to twisting and resting. So now I'm going to put my right foot in front. My left knee, instead of keeping it right under the hip, I'm going to bring it a little closer. So it's a little shorter than my usual, and I'm going to tuck my back toes, okay? Firm the hips, lift through the spine. Good, and now I'm going to round, bringing the abdomen in, ribs in, and I'm going to send my left side over to the right as much as I can. So I'm coming closer to that heel that I want to touch. Then with my right hand, I'm gonna go into the left heel or the shin or a little closer, okay? Once I have that, you can even bring the foot a little closer if you need. Once you have that, slowly I'm going to start opening. That right shoulder goes back and I'm coming into that back bend. Open up through the sides, sacrum down, navel lifts towards the nose. One more breath. Then we return the way we came in, back to center. Take that right knee down, sit back, take a deep breath in, and release. Good job. Okay, let's come with the legs in front. Come onto your back. Cross the right shin in front of the left one. Catch your feet and bring them in. Stay there for a moment and breathe into your lower back. Relax the back of your skull. Relax the face. Stay there for 2 more breaths. Good. Checking that everyone is still there. Super. Okay. Now slowly switch sides. Put the opposite shin on top. And if you can, you grab your feet. It's like if you're taking a cross-leg position when you sit. Okay, so imagine you're sitting and crossing your legs, and then you bring your feet towards your body. That will open up and give you more space in the lower back. Got a few more breaths. Beautiful. Okay, and then from there, release the legs all the way to the top of your mat. Extend your arms overhead. Cross your right shin on top of the left leg. So I'm just crossing one leg over the other, and I'm going to move both legs to the left. Then I'm going to catch with my left hand my right wrist or forearm, and also pull towards the left. So we are creating like a banana shape towards the left side. And as I do that, I try to keep my right hip pressing down towards the floor. So from that point, from that center point, I'm stretching both sides of my body. I mean, the same side of my body, but both ends, one towards the feet, one towards the hands and fingers. Relaxing the back of the skull. Invite your jaws to stay heavy and rested. Then slowly come back to center with both arms and legs, and take the right leg out, cross the left leg on top, and we'll switch sides. Now we're going to bring both legs to the right, and we're going to catch with the right wrist the left forearm or wrist, and you pull gently and bring both sides towards your right. Taking a few breaths. Last breath. Try to soften your forehead down to the temples, outer ears, down to your cheeks. Then we slowly return towards the center, putting your right leg to the right, left leg to the left. You can bring both knees into the chest and rock from side to side. Good. And if you feel like putting both knees to one side and staying there for a full breath, for a gentle twist before the end, do so. Both knees, one over the other, to one side, maybe chin to the opposite side. And then you switch to the second side. So we have a little time for our Shavasana. Good. As many of you know, because you take classes with me, I like to end with the offering of having your legs up a wall. That is if you have a place where you can support your legs. Maybe it's the back of a sofa or a bed or a dresser or a wall that you have a little bit of space so you can support them with something. So that is a nice way to end the practice, like Shavasana, with the legs up for a cooling inversion and a reset in the nervous system. If you don't have space to put your legs into a support, then today let's just come towards the supine shape and take your space and your props for Shavasana, the corpse pose, to integrate the whole practice in this last portion, to let go of all the commitment to the practice and to receive the gift of it, the benefits, as we move into stillness. Actually, we come to stillness, silence, and peace. I'm going to end with a poem that I got today as we rest. I can't breathe, said George Floyd, the knee of 400 years of racism on his neck. I can't breathe, said the woman with fear in her eyes, her lungs attacked by coronavirus as she was put onto the ventilator. I can't breathe, said the nurse, exhausted after a long shift, sweating under a hot surgical mask and foggy goggles. I can't breathe, said the young man, poisoned by a toxic drug supply and generations of trauma and loss. I can't breathe, said the 100,000 dead Americans, a nation and a world in mourning. I can't breathe, said cities choked in smoke from a planet on fire. Breathe, my dear, said the Buddha of our time, reminding us of the way to love and healing and transformation. Breathe, my dear, said the beloved community, grieving and waking up together. Breathe, my dear, said Mother Earth, and let my oceans, mountains, and forests embrace you. Right now, when it seems so hard just to breathe, right now, just breathe. Receive a deep inhalation through the nose, a big exhale through the mouth. Take a moment as you return to your body to notice sensations as you slowly move your fingers, wiggle your toes, slowly reanimating your body, gradually awakening. You can choose to bend the elbows and place your palms on your abdomen. You can choose to stay with your legs up a wall if you are there resting. Keep your face soft, your eyes kind. And if you choose to move back to a seat to close the journey, sitting tall, then bend the knees, roll over to one side, press up and find the supported shape that will help you come to the end of this practice together. In gratitude, we let our palms connect and come to the space where our true essence resides. And with the inner gaze, we go back in there to our hearts. The place filled with compassion, acceptance, loving kindness, and the opportunity to bring awareness, to sit still, observe, and create new positive habits in our lives. Let's close with the Om sound, inhaling first. Big exhale. Breathing in when you're ready. Namaste.